Hello, I'm Roger Firestien, and with me today is Suzanne Chamberlin with the Creative Education Foundation.
And Roger, today we're going to talk about a subject that should warm the heart of Dr. Frankenstein.
That's pronounced Firestien.
I know that. But I'm talking about that monster that the villagers were afraid of.
That's not a nice thing to say about our friend Jonathan.
Oh, whatever. Well, today we're going to talk about a group technique for generating lots of options or ideas. It's a technique we call brainwriting. Brainwriting is used when you're diverging or looking for lots of options. Like brainstorming, it's useful for capturing lots and lots of ideas, and it uses the following divergent rules. We defer judgment, we strive for quantity, we seek wild ideas or options, and we combine and build on ideas.
Now, in order to do brainwriting, first you'll need a large, fresh brain like the one I have here. Notice that this is a large brain. This will help you generate many more ideas than this small brain that I borrowed from Jonathan.
Actually, Roger, all you need is a group of people that still have their brains, preferably in their heads, something to write with, and some brainwriting forms. If you don't have brainwriting forms, don't worry about it. You can make them. A brainwriting form is simply a piece of paper with a number of rows of squares that are large enough to write in. We typically divide up a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper into 4 rows of 3 columns with a space at the top. You can create your own by dividing up the paper like this, or you can make the rows out of Post-it notes, which are helpful for sorting ideas or options later.
Once you have your brainwriting forms, give one form to each member of the group and leave a blank form in the middle of the table where everyone can reach it. Next, write down the statement of whatever challenge you're working on at the top of the brainwriting form. For example, today we're working on the challenge of how to get more people to attend the Creative Problem Solving Institute, sponsored by the Creative Education Foundation, which happens every June in Buffalo for over 44 years, and in other cities at other times in the year. For more information, call this number. What, too subtle a sales pitch?
Yeah, slightly. Well, back to brainwriting. You review the divergent guidelines of deferred judgment, strive for quantity, seek wild and unusual ideas or options, and combine and build on ideas or options. You have the participants write down one idea per square, filling in only one row of squares. After the participants have written 3 ideas in the first row, have them exchange their forms with one from the middle of the table. You may end up with a blank form or a form that someone else has filled in. It doesn't matter.
At this point, they can either write down 3 completely new ideas or build off of the ideas that someone else has written down on the form. Fill in only one row at a time and then switch forms. Think fill in a row and switch, fill in a row and switch. Keep filling in rows until all the forms are full. Then either stop or use more brainwriting forms. And that's all there is to it.
And one tip about when to use brainwriting: don't start the session with brainwriting. Use a technique like brainstorming to purge the ideas out loud first so that the group can hear a wide range of ideas. And once the group has heard a number of ideas, then use brainwriting. If you don't start by sharing the ideas out loud with brainstorming, the range of ideas generated during brainwriting stays rather narrow.
So when does it make sense to use brainwriting instead of brainstorming? Here are some reasons. Some people think better when it's quiet, and when a group is brainwriting, it's very quiet. It's a good tool for introverted people since it allows shy people to be comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas. It's a great technique when there's an overbearing person in the group who won't stop talking. It's also useful if there is someone in the group who's intimidating, like a boss, since the ideas are shared anonymously, unless, of course, the boss is a handwriting expert. Brainwriting is especially useful if you're looking for ideas that are adaptive, ideas that build on other ideas you've thought of, or ideas that are more easily implementable instead of wildly creative ideas. And it allows for a change of pace during a loud or raucous meeting. Also, brainwriting will generate more ideas per minute than stick-em-up brainstorming.
And you can also use brainwriting with a group that's not all in the same place. You can modify the technique slightly to be used via fax machine or through email. You simply have people fax brainwriting forms to each other after filling in one row. Or on email, just have people write down several ideas and then email it to the next person, and so on.
And so, that's brainwriting. It's a simple technique to generate ideas when diverging. And now that we're done, we can return these brains to their rightful owners. And you can try the technique for yourself.